It's Mental Health Awareness Month, and a high-profile member of the Baltimore Ravens knows all too well the effect that mental illness can play in one's life.
Well, he is now making sure that it's easier for those in need to get the help that they need. WMAR2 News' Sean Stepner with the story tonight.
Hayden Hurst had everything until he didn't.
Man, it's been a wild kind of 6 years for me.
He was a star high school pitcher in Jacksonville, Florida, drafted by the Pittsburgh Pirates in the 2012 Major League Baseball draft. But soon after he arrived in the minor leagues, things fell apart quickly.
Never really found success with them. I struggled kind of from day one when I got there. Developed the yips.
The yips are when you suddenly lose the ability to throw the ball accurately. For a pitcher, that's it.
I couldn't even hold a baseball, without my hand shaking. My hand would sweat.
Mentally, it was devastating.
To put it pretty bluntly, I went through pretty much hell for 3 years. Just a lot of anxiety I went through. I couldn't really perform on the field because of it. Couldn't even throw like on a foul line, how kids do.
He fell into a deep depression.
It affected me off the field just as bad as it did on the field. I didn't really want to associate myself with anybody. I felt embarrassed, sat in my room, my dark room, watched TV, and just didn't want to be around people.
Alcohol abuse followed, and thoughts of suicide.
I've been there in those moments where, that seems like that's the only way out. That's the kind of answer in the moment.
Suicide runs in Hayden's family. His uncle and cousin both took their own lives when Hayden was in his early teens. He wasn't about to do the same.
I understand it, but I don't think that's ever the answer. That affects so many people. That one decision, that kind of selfish decision affects so many people for years and years and years.
Hayden decided to finally quit baseball after a bullpen session brought him to his limit.
I was throwing pitches all over the place, and I just dropped my glove down, broke down in tears. And I said, I'm done.
He walked away from his problems and the potential life-changing money. He then chased another dream: football, walking onto the team at the University of South Carolina. 3 years later, he was the Ravens' top draft pick. Hayden has made Baltimore his home, recently purchasing a house.
I'm here to stay. I'm here to make a difference.
He's here to change lives. Hayden and his mom, Kathy, run the Hayden Hurst Family Foundation. They've partnered with Maryland's BTST Mental Health Services to start Hayden's Critical Catch, providing 81 mental health therapy sessions to student athletes in the Baltimore area. Student athletes like those at Poly High School in Baltimore City.
Kids today are struggling with so much. There is hope, and tomorrow can be a better day. We're just trying to teach them ways to be able to reach out to somebody. If it's a pitching coach, if it's their athletic director, I don't care who it is, as long as they say, you know what, I really don't understand what I'm feeling and wanting to find some help.
Hayden confided in his pitching coach while with the Pirates.
Mental health is such a hard topic these days. People don't like to talk about it. They don't like to admit they have a problem. They think it's a weakness. I'm in the NFL and I still struggle with things, and I can admit that I have an issue and ask for help. Why can't the next kid do it?
The kids at Poly are all in. Sophomore Kamani Larmuth plans on setting up a therapy session.
Us kids grow up around, drugs, guns, and him having mental issues, kids that suffer from depression, anxiety, it's a lot of suicide. I think it's inspirational to share his information.
Absolutely, they are going to take advantage. Coolest people in the world can use someone to talk to about their mental state. So that is the initial hook for the guys. No choice but to make a positive impact.
That's why Hayden does it.
I struggled with it, and I know how hard it can be. And maybe if I had these resources in front of me, things could have been different. So I just hope my story helps.
His story of having and losing everything, then getting and giving it back. In Baltimore, Sean Stepner, WMAR2 News.